Hi guys, nothing to prove here. Today's a beautiful day because any day one can be out on two wheels is a beautiful day. And yeah, today we're taking the big bad Explorer out. Yeah, heavyweight, big 30-liter, almost 8-gallon gas tank, the behemoths of the behemoths. Now, not only the GS Adventure has this big 30-liter, 8-gallon tank. Now Triumph does, and also Ducati. So yeah, I'm going to have to get a hold of that one also. They have a rally. So Triumph calls them Explorers. Ducati calls them Rally. BMW calls them Adventure. So any way you slice it, they're big, bag, and ugly. Oh, and by the way, the Honda calls it Adventure Sports, with the big 24.8-liter tank. So there are 4 offerings now in this Adventure or Explorer or Rally or whatever you want to call it, behemoth size heavyweight adventure bikes. So you're talking about them. Yeah, let's take a look at the competition here. And we do have the heavyweight list here on this chart. I have all the normal versions of this bike listed here, and I kind of have I have these bikes listed by weight. Look at the bottom of the list. Yeah, you're looking at them right there. Look at the bottom 4. That's what I want to focus on right now, are these big bag uglies. Although the Versus is looking old, and so is the normal GS. It's looking kind of heavy, because the Honda Adventure Sports is 238. That's pretty lightweight in this heavyweight behemoth group, as I like to call them. But right here where this Rally Explorer fits in, yeah, power, it's doing good. Torque, it's doing good. Inline 3. It's the only motor layout in this group that you get an inline 3. You can see if you want to get 2s, you can get all kinds of 2 cylinders, and yeah, of course, a couple of 4s, except in 2 different iterations, a V4 and an inline 4. So that's that. Now let's take a look at the tank size, shall we? In the extended information here, let's look at the bottom 4 again. Look at those tank sizes. 24.8 for the Honda, 30, 30, 30 for the Ducati, Triumph, and BMW. So, but take a look at the theoretical range to empty. Who's king there? Well, first you have to look at who's the most fuel efficient. Yeah, then look at, yeah, that's approaching that 650 kilometer or 400 miles tank range. But everybody else is doing 300 miles or the 500, except for, yeah. Of course, look at their fuel economy. But again, you don't buy a Ducati if you're concerned about cost or fuel economy, right? Now, how does this Powertrain, since it's gotten its new software update this year, I think it was actually all 22 models in November of last year were updated to prevent that stall in a corner, that low speed stall. Yeah, a couple guys dropped their bikes on that, and this was a software update that Triumph did. So if you guys have a 22 model and it hasn't been serviced yet, take it back and say, hey, give me that software update. Could I tell there was a difference between the 2 I rode last year, the GT and the Rally? Nah, I couldn't. So there's not much difference. You won't be able to feel it or tell. Just a word of caution though, get that update from November of 22 that Triumph brought down to all the dealerships to get that software update so that this thing at low speed doesn't stall in a corner and then you fall over. That has happened to a few guys. So I don't know any personally, but I didn't notice it last summer when I was riding the other 2 1200 Tigers, so I can't speak for that, but I do know Triumph issued a software update. Now, with all that said, how is this new throttle mapping, new software update, along with this heavier bike with this engine on the street. The roll on and off is pretty good. It could use a little, okay, there. Okay, I'm not going to complain. I suppose I would get used to that. There, at just 10% throttle, the quick shifter, perfect. Let's go down, 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 down. Now let's go back. Let's go at 20% throttle. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that at 20% throttle, the quick shifter is getting 3 thumbs way up. That's perfect. But this powertrain is pretty darn good. But Triumph, when you did your software update in, what was it, November of 22, to fix the in-corner stall from happening, for those of you who don't know, it is a little better. Can I really honestly tell the difference? If I wasn't looking for it, no, I can't tell the difference. But since I'm looking for it, is it a little better? Yes, than last year. So if you guys have a 22 Tiger and it hasn't been in for any service whatsoever, then you need to get it in, and they will do the software. They just won't tell you that's what they're doing. But if you get the bike back and all of your Bluetooth connections are disappeared, are gone, then you know, oh, they did a software update, but they just didn't tell me. Yeah, that's what OEMs do. They sneak in these software updates, just don't tell you. And that's what Triumph did last winter, November of 22. Let's catch them. Let's catch the Beamer, shall we? Oh, can we catch them? Can we catch them? Woohoo! Oh, the wind noise is not bad actually at this speed. Wow. Okay, let's bring it down to 160. Where is the wind hitting me? Right here, and yeah, the top of the helmet at 160. Now what about down? Oh yeah, now I'm getting hit right in the visor. Oh yeah, at this speed, wow. Lots of wind noise. Let's go back up there. That's better. Not much better. Now let's try to go at a more normal pace, like 120. Let's bring her all the way down to 120 there. Now how is it? Oh yeah, it's going over. Actually, it's going over my head. And what about the arms? Yeah, right on the tips of my shoulders. Right, it's going right by my head and then hitting my shoulders and arms. Definitely all down my arms. So I could tour with this windscreen. Wow, I'm surprised I'm saying that. Not bad. With the windscreen up, in this up position, touring at 70 miles an hour, well, not 75 miles an hour, 123, 24 kilometers. This is acceptable. Coming up to the Showas here, fully electronic, semi-active, 49 millimeter big Showas, 220 mils of travel. If you get the GT, it's 200. On 21 inch Metzlers, coming stock Caroos. So I'm not a fan of Metzler usually, but they were okay. 320s on Brembo 4.32s style Limas. I am a fan of Brembos and style Limas, just not on heavy adventure bikes, but I am on this one. Why? Because they have a Magura span adjustable HC1. The handguard is hiding this. I can't get it there. Yeah, right down there you can see the HC1 and then an M there. But basically what that's doing is eliminating all friction in the pull with the lever, so that you can feel the friction that the brake caliper is making on the brake pads and getting that instantaneous feedback. So you know just how little or how much to pull that brake lever. And usually Brembos, you have to pull a little further than, say, for example, J1s or Hayes or Nissans. But here, no, not with this lever system and master cylinder system. Boom. That's getting 3 thumbs up from me. Again, Brembo on the rear, but take a look at this. Already on this 23 model, yeah, a little bit of corrosion there. Single piston there, and also show a 220 mil travel. Now, how does this electronic suspension deal with this added weight? Because this tank is full on the street. On a rough road, this suspension is doing fairly well. For a heavyweight adventure bike, it's doing a little better than the Ducati. About the same as the Africa Twin, I would compare this to. Not as well as the Dynamic ESA 2nd gen on the GSA though. And how is that front brake? Oh, loving. Oh, that is my favorite front brake so far. That's saying a lot. I've ridden 200 bikes. Oh, and I'm loving that rear brake too. Okay, did you hear that? I could tell, right? When I'm loving both brakes. Wow, they're getting 3 thumbs up. Boom, boom, boom. I've never given 3 thumbs up on brakes before. But this is the Magura HC1 span adjustable master cylinder with reservoir here. And what that does is it reduces the friction in the pull here, in the lever system. And maybe that's why I'm liking this Stylema in this ABS system, because their special claim from Magura is that we work well with ABS systems, whether with the 6-axis IMUs or not. Then it allows that brake caliper to work better and have better feel. And oh yeah, that is awesome. BMW, I wish you put this brake system on your GS NRT. That's awesome. Although I'm not complaining about my RT with the Hayes brakes. It's perfect. Although this year they've switched back to Brembo because of all the issues. I won't go into them with Hayes. With the leaking problems. With the first it was the 4 pistons. The pistons it was leaking, and then now, because it's not a monoblock, the Brembo is a monoblock, but the Hayes is a 2-piece caliper, and it takes 3 screws to screw them together, and it was leaking right at the seam. So overall, wow, I digress. This chassis, yeah, with these front brakes and this electronic suspension, 2 thumbs up. Boom, boom. Of course, we have all the protection here coming back to the seats. You can get the full luggage here, 2 side cases, top case, nice big passenger seat. Of course, there's the shaft drive and the seat. Yeah, 875. You can raise it up. You need another 20 mils to 895. And with me on this, I have to tippy toe, but I do this little trick. You unload, reload, and then boom, pull it off like that. Oh, I rode back just a hair in gear. But look at this. I'm on my tippy toes, guys. And so this is pushing my limits at 875 mils off the ground. Wow, I'm still like, whoa, that's a lot. Maybe I wouldn't get the Rally Explorer, I'd get the GT, then it'll go down 20 mils. It'll go down to 850 then, and that will probably, yeah, I remember riding the GT last year. That was perfect. Now, filled up at 261 kilos, how does this heavyweight feel in a little village? This thing dips right in. Wow. Okay, how is it dipping into the GSA? GSA's weight is a little lower, so it's more consistent through the tip. This thing starts tipping in and bam, it goes. So it's not a consistent tip. As soon as you get past a certain 5-10 degrees, then it starts to really go, whereas a GSA is pretty consistent all the way through. Interesting. So that's in a little village. Here we go. We can test the on-off throttle up here. Oh, that's green now, right? Yeah. Okay, let's slow down to the speed limit is 30. Now let's test this on-off. Oh, this is okay. Here in town, oh, that's not bad. This is pretty good, and I'm in sport mode. Interesting. I'm liking the on-off throttle. I'm trying to be very easy in seeing how this is, but I can't find any mistakes, any hiccups in this. So good job, Triumph, with this throttle fix. Now it's 50 again. Let me put that. And the windscreen is all the way down, so I'm liking this wind protection with the hand guards and the windscreen all the way down. I don't think I would change this. Well, I'm in town. Wait till we go on the Autobahn. That opinion may change. But the flickability, if you use that term on any heavyweight adventure bike, you're an idiot. But I am, so it tells you I'm an idiot. This thing wants to turn in faster than a GSA, but not faster than the Ducati Multistrada V4. So this is right in the middle. So if you guys have ridden either one, you know what I'm talking about. This is, as far as its flickability or its turn-in speed, it's right in the middle of the Ducati and the BMW. Coming up to the controls, there's your heated grips. This button's for the heated seats. There's the Triumph joystick that I always get confused with the turn signal and cruise control. And then your standard controls over here. Same 7-inch TFT that they had last year. No changes to that. So overall, guys, am I liking this bike? Yes. 2 thumbs up. Strong recommend. Where would I personally place this? GSA is number 1. This is right behind it, then the Honda Adventure Sports, and then the Ducati. So now we're just talking about these extended range, big fuel tank, heavyweight adventure bikes. Those are the 4 that compete in this group. You can compare the other heavyweights to these 2, but well, even the Kawasaki Versys is in this weight class, even though it's a smaller tank range. But this would be the bike I would put my money on if the GSA didn't exist. But since it does, this is getting close to it. And why do we buy these big heavyweight adventure bikes? To go on trips. Comfort. This is a very comfortable bike. Ducati, not so much. That's why it's in 4th place for me. And then the Honda and this are real close. I would put these 2 real close together as far as suspension and performance, although this has a lot more performance, a lot more power than the Honda. But as far as comfort, nobody matches the GSA, unfortunately. This is getting there, though. Very, very close. Also, with this windscreen, yeah, loving this. This is matching the GSA's windscreen and also the Adventure Sports. The Adventure Sports needs a bigger windscreen than this. It's smaller than this, actually. Overall, guys, strong recommend. No problem. 2 thumbs, way, way up. All right, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this review. As always, guys, ride safe. That's most important. And number 2, guys, ride like there's nothing to prove. Take care. Cheers.